Hi, I'm Andre and I'm a black nerd with a review for you, Black Nerd Reviews. Star Wars The Force Awakens. We have finally made it after years of hearing about this film, after 30-some years since Return of the Jedi. We finally get a Star Wars on the big screen, and I'm gonna give you the good, I'm gonna give you the bad, I'm gonna give you the nerdy. This will be my non-spoiler review, I promise you. All I'm gonna talk about is just how does this movie feel to me? Is it good? Is it fun? Will you enjoy it? That's it. You're in a safe zone here. First, the good. The entire movie, let's just get that right off the bat. This is a great movie. If you are worried that this movie is going to be like the prequels or if it's going to be Star Wars Into Darkness, do not worry. It captures the heart, it captures the soul, it captures everything that you liked about Star Wars when you were growing up, as well as being a new thing for people who may not be all that invested in Star Wars, or this may be their first time experiencing Star Wars. If you watch my Star Wars video of how I watch Star Wars, you know that I'm not a hardcore. Star Wars has been a huge part of my life growing up. So I don't have that rose-colored Star Wars glasses that people sometimes wear, even when the prequels came out. To be like, well, it's Star Wars, so it's gotta be good. No, this is good. This is legitimately good. J.J. Abrams did an amazing job directing this thing. You can tell that he really looked at what were the things that made Star Wars great. I was at the edge of my seat. There were times where I was like mouth open, just enamored by this movie, whether it was a character or a location or just, you know, the scenery, things that were happening in the story. It just felt like a true space opera. It felt like an adventure film. It felt like a Star Wars movie, and that is the best thing this movie has going for it. It lets you know that this is a legit, serious film. Like, I don't want to give too much away, but right at the beginning of this movie, you're gonna see that like, oh hey, those silliness of prequels you got, the Jar Jar Binkses of the world, not in The Force Awakens. We taking this seriously. And you'll be like, oh, okay. Alright, you proved your point. But what's interesting about this movie is there's a lot of funny moments in it. There is a lot of humor in this movie, and it's not like silly, wacky, I'm gonna do something weird and make little one-liners type of humor. It's like natural characters humor. It was like the same way that when you watch the old movies, you'd see Han Solo and Leia exchange words with each other. And it was funny. It was a real conversation. It was them just being their characters, but it was funny. You see the same type of thing in this movie done very well, particularly with the new characters, Finn, Poe, and Rey, which I have to say, man, if they are the new people that we're going to be following in these Star Wars adventures, I am totally fine with that. I love these people. I want to hang out with them. Like the whole time I was like, man, I just want to like go to like a restaurant or a party or just, you know, just like go shopping with Rey or just hang out with Finn. I mean, these characters are just so cool. There are times when they say lines in this movie and I'm wondering if it's actual lines from the movie or if it's just them reacting to the fact that they're in a Star Wars movie. There's a couple of times I'm just like, I think that was a natural reaction. I think it had nothing to do with the plot or the story or your dialogue. That was just how you felt at the moment. You just said it out loud and they got it on camera and it's like, all right, we'll use that. Finn and Rey, I just love. They are adorable. I love them. I freaking love them. I don't know what it is about them. They have such charisma. Their chemistry together, it just works. They're just so good together. And then Poe brings an extra dynamic to it. I just love these characters so much. I'm just so happy that someone can breathe some life into this. Let me also mention the other true star in this movie, BB-8. Like, if you're worried that BB-8 was gonna be the Jar Jar of this movie, BB-8 is awesome. I love that balance. I love when movies know when they can add humor, but it's like legit, real humor from the characters. They can add the serious and the darkness in the movie. That's in there. The adventure is there. The magic is there, the force is there, it's all there. And this is a beautiful looking film. It just goes to show you what happens when you use real sets, real locations. It looks amazing. The cinematography on this movie is epic. I love it. You feel like you're in these planets. You feel like you're in space. And they use practical effects so much, particularly in close-up shots. And some of it feels old school. I'm not gonna lie. Some of it feels like, oh yeah, that looks like a puppet. But you're like, but at least that's cool. And it's nice to see it. Yes, of course there's CGI in this movie because, hey, it's set in space. You gotta have some CGI. And there are some CGI characters, but they're good. Like, they're done really well. It's not that cheap cop-out CGI. You know, the thing about the Star Wars prequels is that kind of came out at a time when CGI was relatively new, so I can see why Lucas and other filmmakers at the time were just like, this is fun! CGI, let's put it everywhere! But we've gotten past that, and so this movie proves that, yeah, you can have CGI in a movie, but you can do it right, you can make it look good, and when you don't need it, you don't use it. If you think a practical effect works better, then you use that. This movie, along with like Mad Max and movies like that, just can prove to you that when the stuff looks realistic, you get more invested into it. And you gotta do that with movies, and I love that about this movie. So yes, we get the new characters, but yeah, there might be some characters you know and love may have returned. I can't say anything because I don't want to spoil anything, but they bring it too. I was worried that if they brought any characters back, they'd be kind of like a cameo or like a, well, they really don't want to do this. They're kind of phoning it in, and that does not happen. Everybody in this movie, new and old, brings it. They realize the importance of this film, and it delivers, and they deliver, and it's awesome. This movie, like Mad Max, like Peanuts, just does that perfect job of being nostalgic enough to where if you grew up with this franchise, if you love this franchise, you're gonna get those same feels with this movie. While at the same time, if you're brand new to this, or if you don't have that history with it that someone would have had with it 30 some years ago, you're still gonna love this movie. But now for the bad. I'm sorry, I gotta do some bad. So that's what I do. Like I said, this movie definitely likes to play with the nostalgia of Star Wars past. Sometimes it goes a little too deep. It's okay to have the look and the feel of past movies or the heart of past movies, but there's times in this movie, there's characters that are new, but they seem old. There's plot points that we've seen before, scenes that we've seen before. There's literally things directly lifted from Star Wars past. Sometimes this movie's gonna feel like a sequel, and sometimes this movie's gonna feel like a straight remake or reboot. You're gonna see certain scenes or elements of this movie and go, oh, I've seen that before, if you are a Star Wars fan in the past. And it's particularly when they get into the older stuff. With the new characters, it feels like a new movie. When you see Finn, Rey, and Poe on the screen, it feels new, but with some of the other stuff, it's gonna feel very familiar. But I will say, devil's advocate, I will say I understand why they had to do that. It kind of had to, because after the prequels, after the holiday specials and the Ewoks cartoons and all that stuff, I felt like Disney and Star Wars had to go, you know what, we just wanted to let you know that we got you, you're okay, we're gonna bring you back to familiar territory, we're gonna remind you what you like about Star Wars, and also let you know that we got you covered. We're gonna take care of you. What I'm hoping that with Episode 8 and with some of these Star Wars anthology movies, that they'll start to play a little bit more in the world, be a little bit more creative, take a little bit more risk without going too far. But this movie is just giving you what you need to make sure that the fans are happy, that they're pleased, and that's okay. I'm gonna let it pass this time, but I do want to at least let you know that you're gonna see some familiar territory with this film. And you know, you went out and bought all those toys before you saw the movie, right? Well, some of the characters you might have bought, you might be a little disappointed. I'm just being real with you. I love all the characters. I just feel like that some of the characters are not used to what I thought they were gonna be used. There's a couple characters before movie that got kind of hyped, and then when you see them in movie, you go, all right, it's not bad, but kind of hyped that character up like it was gonna be a badass, and then it's kind of just like a so ass. Because there's so much they have to introduce with this movie, with bringing back the franchise, bringing out the new characters, setting up the storyline for their trilogy. There's some characters that get a lot of screen time, and there's some characters you kind of go, hey, where'd you go? And now for the nerdy. It's a Star Wars movie. Oh my god, I love this movie. This is so much fun. Definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. I'm just so happy that we got a good Star Wars movie that we can stand proud and go, yep. That one, man, that's what we were looking for. We got it. It took us 30-something years. It took Disney to take it away from George Lucas's hands to make it happen, but it happened, and I'm happy for it. Cannot recommend this enough. Do not be afraid. It's okay. Disney got you covered. That mouse loves you and gave you a good Star Wars film. You will be fine. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Addy 5000. Chain chomp yomp.